Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Septia Sapitri and my partner Binar febriyanti. In this video, we would like to answer the question from expanding for listening. This is complete our segment of the expansive listening. In expanding tactic for listening, we our topic our housing in Unit 7. Now, I want you continue our answer. So, in this section, we would like to answer the listening one. And for the first video, we must do hearing the audio.
Unit 7. Housing. Page 26. Track 32. Listening 1. 1. Well, I'm single and I spend a lot of time traveling, so I'm not home very much. So there's really no point in my spending money on a large place with lots of rooms.
Okay, my answer for the number one is A study apartment. I choose because the speaker they are singing a single and he doesn't have many time in home. And then the next is question number 2.
2.
We've got 3 small children, and they like to play outside, so I don't think it makes sense for us to live in a high-rise building.
The answer for the question number 2 is B, a house with the yard. Because the speaker have 3 children, so he must be close before the correct answer. And then the next question is number 3.
3. I work right in the city and I don't have a car. I'd like a place close to my work so that I don't have to spend a lot of time commuting.
Answer for the question number 3 is A, an apartment in the city because the speaker doesn't have many time to community. And then next for the question number 4.
4.
I run my own business and I work out of my home. I'm lucky because I don't have to go into town very often, so I'd like a place that's quiet and away from the city.
For the question number 4 is A house in the country. I choose because he liked to live quiet in the city. And the next question for the 5.
5.
I need a new place. I need a good-sized apartment because I have 2 teenage sons and they each need to have their own bedroom. We want to live downtown, too.
For the question number 5 is A large apartment. I choose A because she has 2 sons, so she needs a larger apartment. And then the question is number 6.
6. Both my wife and I work for an airline, and we'd like something fairly close to work. We don't mind if it's small, because there's only the 2 of us. We don't even mind the noise of the planes. In fact, we kind of like it.
My answer for the question number 6 is B, a small apartment near the airport because they live in airplane, so they want to choose for the correct answer. Now, I want to continue the listening to for the task 1. And listening, we work to listen and circle the correct answer speaker. Okay, for the question number 1.
Page 27. Track 33. Listening 2. 1.
My neighbors are fantastic. They're really friendly, and some of them have great parties too. I'd like more space though. There's hardly enough space for all my stuff. I guess I should throw some of it out, but I just can't.
Answer for the question number 1 is C, the size because like words are really friendly and sometimes make party. Okay, and the next question number 2.
2.
The apartment I rent is okay. It's near a lot of stores, so it's convenient for shopping. The problem, though, is that the owner hasn't spent any money on the place in years. The furniture is falling apart, and the carpet in the living room is stained in places.
My answer for the question number 2 is B, the condition. I choose B because her apartment near the place of star. And then question number 3.
3. There are advantages and disadvantages to living out here in the suburbs. It's not really the most convenient place to live. It takes forever to get into town, especially during rush hour. And there aren't any good stores out here. On the other hand, it's nice and quiet on the weekends.
For the question number 3 is A, the location, because this is quiet for the speaker and in the weekend near some star. And the next is question number 4.
4.
I love my apartment. I wish I could afford to stay here. The location is perfect. It has huge windows with a beautiful view, and I love being able to step outside and walk to cafes and shops. The only problem is the rent. It's just too high now, so I can't stay.
For the question number 4 is C, the wind, because the location is perfect and have a beautiful view. So the next is question number 5.
5. My place is huge. It has room for all my stuff, and there's a big kitchen, too. Of course, it's really old, so it needs a coat of paint and some new appliances. The refrigerator and dishwasher are really ancient, and I think the stove is about 100 years old.
My answer for the question number 5 is B, the condition. I choose B because the speaker has big kitchen and anything is was agreed in her location. Okay, for the last question number 6.
6.
I recently moved into an apartment building for the first time. I've always lived in houses. It takes a while to get used to having neighbors right next door. I feel like they're always listening to me, like they want to know everything I do. It's annoying. But the rent is much cheaper than my old place, and I like that.
My answer for the question number 6 is A, neck bars. I choose A because her neck bars is great and so he need an around his life. His place is cute. Okay, next. Binar, for your time.
In the first question, the speaker moved to a new place because there's a new neighbor who always played loud music and interrupt them. Even though the old one have a really great views of the city, they moved to the new place and have a really quiet neighbor. The second question, the speaker live in the first floor. Usually people come and go all the time and it's noisy because the apartment is close to street. That's why they moved to a little. The new apartment is on high floor and it's not noisy. The third, the speaker didn't really want to move because it has a wonderful land that not be repaired. But they shouldn't move because the old one is far from good school. The fourth question, the speaker was live in a nice, pretty apartment, but the neighbor doesn't want all of them to keep a pet. Meanwhile, the speaker really want to have a cat. So she moved to the new one and near of park so that the speaker can keep a cat. The fifth question, the man moved to a new apartment and have a huge kitchen and great stuff. He loved to cook and have party. The old one was so tiny. And the last question, the speaker moved to a new place because it was really expensive to take care of. So she moved to a new one that has no yard. It's wonderful and cheap. Okay, let's move to the text 2. Number 2. The answer is the speaker moved to the high floor because based on the statement in audio, in the first floor, usually people come and go and it's too noisy because it was close to street. That's why the speaker moved to a little new apartment on high floor. And number 3, the speaker moved to the, what is it? B, nomor 3B ya. Oke. Number three, the speaker moved to an apartment in the suburbs because it is near from good school. The old apartment is far from good school, and the land should be repaired. The fourth question is the speaker was moved to an apartment near the park, and she moved because the old one she can't have a cat because the neighbor prefer to not have to not keep a pet. That's why she moved. The fifth question, the man moved to a new apartment with a huge kitchen and a great stove because the old one, the apartment was so tiny and doesn't have a great and huge kitchen. Sometimes he loved to have some parties too. And the last one is, the answer is an apartment with no yard. The reason why the speaker moved is the old one was really expensive to take care of, so she moved to the new one which has no yard, but it's still wonderful. And of course it's cheap. Okay, that was my explanation about listening 3, text 1 and text 2. Thank you.